Right. Uh, yeah, I haven't done this in a while, and I'm sorry for like all the delays and shit with upgrading. Not upgrading, updating, sorry. um, I've been really busy doing a lot of shit, like I was applying for college as well. Um, in the past videos, I realized that I've made a lot of mistakes when it came to the genres and like, you know, the bands themselves, and I kind of feel like a bit of a tit for that. I'm not going to go through them again, but I will just take it back when I said that like Children of Bodom and Amon Amarth and stuff were like death metal. I know that they're not now. I mean, I was like, this was like over a year ago now, something like when I was doing like my other videos saying they were, and I feel a proper tit for that. I have got a lot of new albums to show you. I've been spending a lot of my money on them, and the collection's just grown massively. So I'm going to get right to it. First off, Pantera, Far Beyond Driven, remastered edition. I loved it. Pantera, you know, they're brilliant. You know, you got the band on the inside, then you got the double disc with a live album. I mean, you know, it's got the obvious stuff like 5 Minutes Alone and I'm Broken, but I enjoyed Slaughtered the most. Slaughtered and Strength Beyond Strength. I mean, the album itself is fast and it's heavy and it's just worth buying. Pantera is just, you know, Pantera, it's absolutely awesome. Right, now we got Slipknot, Sicknesses, live at download. Again, Digipack, special edition. It's got like a couple of music videos on the second disc and like the live album itself of them playing at Donington Park, 2009, when Paul Gray was still alive. I love the album. You know, Slipknot was one of my favorite. Is like between Mushroomhead and Slipknot, it's gotta be Slipknot. Right. Another Slipknot, 9.0 live. Haven't actually tried it just yet. Haven't had it. I've only had it recently. This is just this is like them doing a live performance, like supporting their Subliminal Verses album. They played the song Pulse of the Maggots on it, which is, I haven't quite actually listened to them play it live before, so I'm looking forward to trying that. Right. We got Slayer, Live Undead, including Haunting the Chapel EP. Picked it up straight away. It's fucking, I had to, you know. I mean, you got the live album, and you got Haunting the Chapel on one disc, like some kind of like awesome thing. Oh shit! So yeah, I picked that up as quick as I could when I saw it online. Worth it. If you haven't, if you really want to, like, you know, if you're a big collector of Slayer, recommend you get this. It's really good. I finished my Death Punch collection, Fighting a Death Punch, a while ago, with their Wrong Side of Heaven, Right Side of Hell Part 1. Next to American Capitalist, my favourite album, like, I loved the entire album. I can't pick a favourite because every single one of them is just as different as the next. And yeah, there's like one or two covers on it as well, like Mama Said Knock You Out, but the whole thing is just brilliant, like brilliantly made. The great intro with like mixed with Rob Halford is amazing. Alright, moving on to some more core style albums now. We've got a band called Beyond All Recognition. I think the genre that people call this is dubcore. It's like, I think it's like deathcore mixed with dubstep, which means like the breakdowns are mixed with dubstep, and it's just absolutely brilliant. I don't know, I picked it up quite cheap online again. My favourite songs are probably Drop Dead, Smoke and Mirrors. They're really good. If you haven't tried them and you like a bit of dubstep with your metal, recommend you try them. Alright, moving on now, more metalcore. Betraying the Martyr's new album, Phantom. Thought I'd give them a try. I quite like them. It's got their Frozen cover, Let It Go. I really like that, and Jigsaw. They're really fast. French metal. It's really good. Deathcore. Me and my friends take the piss out of them and call them swagcore. Attila. This is their newest album about that life. It's really good. My girlfriend seems to enjoy him a bit too much, considering, you know, she's quite new to metal in a lot of cases since she's met me. I like I just love the first track, Middle Fingers Up. Just like, it's just a great way to start the album, really heavy. Alright, now for some death metal. A big classic for a lot of death metal fans. Cannibal Corpse, Butchered at Birth. Picked it up cheap again. Really good. Chris Barnes, which makes it really awesome as well. Vomit the Soul, Meat Hook Sodomy, Living Dissection, Covered with Sores. Cannibal Corpse is all over. I mean, the cover itself just has Cannibal Corpse written all over it. I recommend getting it if you haven't tried it, personally. It's really good. Now, got an EP of, no, Digipack, sorry. Carnifex, Die Without Hope. Pretty good deathcore, I won't lie to you, they're really good. There's the Digipack itself. Yeah, if you haven't tried Carnifex, this is probably one of this is their newest album, it's a good one to try out. Die Without Hope, Dark Days, and Dragged Into the Grave. They're all on YouTube and they're worth checking out if you haven't listened to them before, really. More Cannibal Corpse, Tomb of the Mutilated, probably one of the big classic ones with stuff like Hammer Smash Face and Icon Blood, Addicted to Vaginal Skin, Beyond the Cemetery, stuff like that. I think this is what they were most known for with Chris Barnes, because it's just, the cover itself is just fucked up enough, like, it's really good though. Hammer Smash Face is just my favourite though, heavy as fuck. Another Carnifex album, Until I Feel Nothing. It's alright. Not the best one of them I've picked up so far. Dead But Dreaming and Creation Defaced, probably the best ones on there in my opinion. But I'd recommend you get Die Without Hope over Until I Feel Nothing mostly though. One more Cannibal Corpse album to go. Evisceration Plague. Fucking this album is brilliant, man. You gotta like them. I got the special edition double disc, so you just open it and you're greeted with that, and then you open it up and you got that, like the double disc. It's fucking brutal. Priest of Sodom, that's obviously a good one, and Evisceration Plague, of course. My favourites have got to be where is it? To Decompose and Shatter Their Bones. They are brutal as fuck. If you haven't got this album and you're a Cannibal Corpse fan, just fucking get it. 1 second. Oh fuck me, it's still working. Okay. Memory of my phone's quite low, so I don't know like how much time I got either. So I'm hoping I'll have enough time to cover them. A new band that's recently released an album. King 810, Memoirs of a Murder. It's different to what metal I've listened to. You know, I mean, it's just really different. It starts off with a good song, Kill 'Em All. My favourite's got to be War Outside or Murder, Murder, Murder. I don't know. This is the only album they've released so far, so if you want to try them, go for it. Or I recommend you check them out on YouTube first, because a lot of people have really different opinions on them. I think they're okay though. More deathcore now. I Declare War. We Are Violent People by Nature. Very heavy, very brutal. It's just deathcore. Right, it's just the heart of deathcore. It's really good stuff. Blurred Vision and Quiet, my favourite songs on here. By Artery Records. I think it's like the first album I've got that's with Artery Records. So if you wanna, try and get into them a bit, really good album to start with. A lot of people seem to love this band. They're okay in my opinion. Gojira, French metal again. Explosia, of course, it's my favourite. I haven't really listened to it that much, so that might be why I'm not too keen on them just yet. But if you want, I guess if you want to try them out, this is a good album to start with. But Explosia is still the best song in my eyes. Alright, we've got Fit for an Autopsy, The Process of Human Extermination. I checked them out on YouTube and I thought, fuck, they're brutal, I want to get one of their albums. So I got this album. Track 1, The Conqueror, my favourite. Like the intro itself, where he just yells, "We'll tear this whole fucking world apart." I was like, yes, gotta get that album. Worth it too. I recommend it if you want to try getting into Fit for an Autopsy. Alright, moving on to some new metal. Korn, Life is Peachy. It's old school Korn. I'm more of the modern Korn, like fuck it. Paradigm Shift. Probably my favourite album by them. I quite like the song Adidas on it, Twist, Chi, Swallow, Porno Creep. There's some good songs in it, but the really old school Korn isn't like my favorite. Isn't my favorite type of Korn, you know. More Korn. See You on the Other Side. Not a great album in my eyes. I like the song 10 or a Two-Way. Not much else to say. I picked it up. I saw it online when I was looking for more Korn albums, and I just saw the cover and I thought, yeah, this looks really cool. Why not? I'll give it a try. But what am I gonna do? You know. All right. Probably moving on to one of my probably most favorite deathcore bands around at the moment, Suicide Silence. You Can't Stop Me. This is their newest album. The whole thing's dedicated to Mitch Lucker, and I think, in my opinion, Eddie puts on a better live performance than Mitch could, although Mitch was more energetic than Eddie. That's my opinion. I mean, it says there, you know, the album is dedicated to Mitch Lucker. Double disc, DVD as well. I love the album, personally. A lot of people say that they're being like whiny bitches about it, saying, oh, Eddie's singing on it, it's nowhere near as good as Mitch. Oh, fuck off, you little twats. The whole thing's brilliant. Inherit the Crown, Cease to Exist, You Can't Stop Me. And you got Control, which is featuring George Corpse Grinder Fisher from Cannibal Corpse. Again, it's a good album. Deathcore is obviously one of my favorite genres right now. So you know, and I had to get it. I just had to. The last Korn album I got right now, I think, yeah. Issues. Yeah, it's alright. I think it's best track on it, in my opinion, is going to be Falling Away from Me. I haven't quite listened to it too much yet, but yeah, it's a good album. I'm enjoying it right now. Right. Moving on. Not technically metal, I guess, but, you know, grunge. I love a bit of grunge. Nirvana, Bleach. This is their remastered edition, Bleach, which it's got the band members inside, and there's a lot of like live on it as well. They've fitted in so many tracks. Like you've got half of the album all on one disc, which is like just the original album itself, just remastered, and then you got a whole live performance on the disc as well. I saw it online and I was like, oh, Nirvana, I think I might give them a bit more of a try, because all I had was Smells Like Teen Spirit, so I was like, right, okay, I'll give them another try. And I listened to it and I was like, ooh, it's really, really good. Love Buzz is my favourite though. Love Buzz. The bass intro is just awesome. More deathcore. Suicide Silence, The Cleansing. This is like the proper beginning of it, I think, really, with Suicide Silence. It's just heavy, you know, it's heavy, brutal, fast, everything you can expect from a deathcore band, especially. Most people would say Unanswered would be their favourite, but mine's got to be No Pity for a Coward, and Bludgeoned to Death, and Destruction of a Statue. They're brilliant songs, you know. I mean, Mitch is really at his prime with that album, I think, the most. Alright, a little bit old school now. Machine Head, The More Things Change. Brilliant album. Stuff like 10-Ton Hammer, Take My Scars, Struck a Nerve, Machine Head, you know, Rob Flynn especially, is just brilliant on its own. But 10-Ton Hammer's my favourite personally. It's a little bit different. I kind of regret buying this album. I mean, I got it ridiculously cheap online, but I can see why it was cheap. Marilyn Manson, Smells Like Children. Only good song, and in my opinion, was Sweet Dreams Are Made of This. I mean, I can play it on guitar. It's a good song, but the album itself, it's ridiculous. I think there's one track where it's just like a 3-minute telephone conversation with no music to it. I was like, what the fuck am I listening to? Wait a sec. Fuck, still recording. It's impressive. Coming up to the end now, all the last albums are core. I mean, I have been really focusing on my core. So, I'm going to get right to it now. We have Parkway Drive, Deep Blue. I swapped an old album for this with a friend of mine from college. Wreckage, Deadweight, Sleepwalker, Alone, Karma. All very good songs from Parkway. There are a few more albums I want to get by Parkway at some point, but not right now. I'm not in the right mood to buy Parkway right now. I have got their Atlas album as well, but I think I did show you in another video. Probably everyone's favourite Suicide Silence album, The Black Crown. Loved it personally. Like, you know, Slaves to Substance. It just starts off with Slaves to Substance, and then it's got You Only Live Once, Fuck Everything. My favourite song on it would probably be, though, The Only Thing That Sets Us Apart, like track 10. Really good album, solid. Mitch Lucker's final album with Suicide Silence before he passed away. Recommend getting it. I don't believe I've shown you this one. Upon a Burning Body, Red, White, Green. To all the people that are making these stupid fucking jokes about missing jokes and shit, come the fuck on, it's over. I mean, God, stop being little bitches and shit, you know? Their new album made up for it on the spot in my eyes, you know? So stop being little twats about the whole thing. My favourite's obviously gonna have to be Texas Blood Money. Me and my mate just fucking sang the shit out of it. Now, we got Whitechapel, The Somatic Defilement. The first Whitechapel album, I enjoyed it. Phil Bozeman's vocals were really guttural in this album. Vicer Exciser, it's my favourite song, and as well as Devirgination Studies. The whole album, a lot of the album is basically just about cutting up and fucking dead whores and shit like that. Really good, it was a really good album though. Deathcore is fucking brilliant, that album. 3 more to go, sadly. Thy Art Is Murder, Hate. Now, a lot of Thy Art Is Murder fans, they've got to have this album. If they are fans, they've got to have this album. Just the cover itself looks brutal as fuck, but each song on this album is just as good as the next. Especially the first track, Reign of Darkness. But my favourite track is going to be Immolation, or Shadow of Eternal Sin. You know, the whole album itself is just brutal as fucking brilliant. So if you get the chance to pick that album up, please do, for your own fucking benefit. One of my favourite buys recently would be Upon a Burning Body, The Whole World Is My Enemy Now, their newest album. The one that, in my opinion, made up for their stupid little missing act, or whatever you want to call it. I love the entire album. They just break it in with Red Razor Wrists, followed on by Scars, Fountain of Wishes, Bring the Rain, and it's just got all other good songs on it, like Blood, Sweat, Tears, Middle Finger to the World. The whole album itself is just solid. It's a brilliant album, I think, and they're doing a UK tour, and I really do want to see them, but money-wise, I think I'm lacking. I could have also gone to see Suicide Silence, but again, money and shit, kind of gutted because it's their first UK tour with Eddie. So yeah, right. Final album. This is the one that I was saying I was really excited for my last video. Whitechapel, Our Endless War. This came with the box. It's got the digipack. It's got a DVD as well, with like having small interviews with the band, mainly Phil Bozeman, and what the album was all about to them. It also came with a flag, which isn't at the moment up on the wall because I've been rearranging stuff in my room. So yeah, there's that. That's all I got right now, to be honest. I'm sorry again, it's been really a while since I last updated, but you know, from the albums that I've just shown you, I think you can see that I'm doing pretty good. Oh wait, no, there is another album I have forgotten. Sorry guys. 2 actually, now that I look at them, I think. Yeah, 2 of them. Lamb of God, New American Gospel. I loved it. It's got Black Label on it. Had to buy it. Randy Blythe's vocals, man, fuck. Proper aggressive. And I probably have shown you this one. Lamb of God, Wrath. My favourite song, Set to Fail. And Contractor, In Your Words, Dead Seeds. The whole album is brilliant. And I've only got 2 more Lamb of God albums to get, which are As the Past Is Burn and Burn the Priest. So yeah, I've just got those to get now. I've got 1 more Whitechapel album to get. I want to get the other 2 Thy Art Is Murder albums. Unfortunately, they don't really sell them much around in the UK, and it's very hard to get hold of one. I really want to get them though, but it's really hard to get, and like eBay and shit, even they're not doing it too much, because when people get hold of it, they realize how rare that album is. Well, how rare the pair of them are, really. But yeah, that's definitely all I got for you guys for now. I mean, I can't really say when my next fucking video on whatever it is going to be. I mean, as you know, it's been just CDs at the moment. I mean, I've been practicing my deathcore growls and shit. Like, the growls are solid enough. The screams, not so much. I'm just starting to get, like, hit a decent enough bit where I can actually say I'm doing okay. But, yeah. That's all I've really got to say now, guys. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Leave it a like if you want, or spread it around that I've got, that I've got videos up on YouTube. It'll help a lot. Yeah. So, stay metal, motherfuckers.